New tonight, a young mother who was gang raped inside her apartment with her 2-year-old present has a powerful message to share.
And her message, it's important to believe. Taylor Hirth will head to court this week to watch another woman's case be resolved. Taylor's story may be tough to hear, but it brings up an ugly truth about how rape victims are treated. Here's investigative reporter Angie Racono.
I didn't even hear my door being broken down. I felt some adult hands on my mouth. Quiet, get on your stomach.
Taylor Hirth was attacked inside her apartment in the middle of the night. She only screamed once.
After that, I never screamed again because my daughter was sleeping right next to me.
Eventually, her 2-year-old woke up.
At one point, she sat up and held my hand while I was bent over the bed being raped.
Taylor tried to escape.
They grabbed me down and punched me and told me if I did it again, they'd punch her.
Taylor reported her attack.
I hate to disparage the police, but they were very dismissive when I came forward. What happened here? There was no humanity in their voice.
Do you feel you were believed?
No, I didn't. I felt dismissed. I felt like their focus was mostly on, oh, here we go again, it's another girl crying rape.
Taylor says Independence police questioned how the door was really broken and what truly happened. Shockingly, Taylor says no one questioned what happened to 2-year-old Evelyn.
There were multiple men in that bedroom, and I don't know if any of them touched her, and nobody thought to ask me or ask her. And I still don't know if anything happened to her, and that terrifies me.
Here was a young mother gang raped with a 2-year-old present, but there was no press conference, no reward for information.
It was horrific.
Taylor would eventually turn to KCTV5 to share details, hoping to solve her case. One attacker talked about celebrating his birthday. She heard the name Josh, and the men took pictures. Because her face was covered, she doesn't know how many men were in her bedroom, but she believes anywhere from 3 to 5 men. Independence police eventually closed the case, saying all leads were exhausted. 6 months later, a Johnson County deputy was ambushed in Olathe, kidnapped and driven around in a vehicle where 2 men took turns raping her for hours on gravel roads. She was released near the Jackson County Sheriff's Department.
Everybody's taking it personal. We all have daughters, mothers, sisters, nieces.
The reaction to this attack was very different, and a different department was in charge.
Immediately, I saw the contrast of how my case was handled compared to how the case in Johnson County was handled, which was handled fantastic. I mean, they pulled video, they did a press conference, and they had them captured within a couple days. Obviously, they believed her, they took her seriously, and that's how every survivor should be treated, as if it's one of their own. And I didn't feel like I was treated that way. So it was kind of a slap in the face.
Within days, police would link the cases. DNA recovered from Taylor's rape kit matched evidence in the deputy's attack. It turns out Brady Newman Cadell lived in Taylor's apartment complex at the time of her attack, and the date of her rape matched William Luth's birthday.
I was heartbroken. I was heartbroken that, people in her own profession failed to protect me, and in doing so, they failed to protect her.
Cadell and Luth are now charged in Taylor's attack, but when she stares them down in court, it's for what happened to the deputy.
What is it like being in court with them?
It's almost empowering to see that they're now, looking away because they can't face it. I've faced it.
And she's faced all the ugly realities on this journey.
That's the person that raped me, was a dad and a kind neighbor, and that's so unnerving. Once in a while, the justice system works.
But justice isn't always complete.
Do you still believe there were more than 2 attackers?
I am convinced that there were at least 3. I just kind of have to live knowing that there's somebody out there that got away with it and that probably thinks they can get away with it again. And that breaks my heart, but You know, the justice system isn't perfect, and that's something that I just kind of have to live with.
We reached out to the Independence Police Department to ask if the officers who took Taylor's report ever received any specific training and how to respond to sex assault victims, or if they received training following that attack. An officer with the department says it's his understanding when such trainings are available, members of the departments take them. He also said he's not aware of any changes in procedures or policy following Taylor's attack. We'll keep you posted on Taylor's case and the charges both men face. Angie Racono, KCTV5.